Hello everyone, this is Phenix Animator.
Hi, I'm Froggy Lobby. I'm waving. You're not.
Yes.
Welcome to Learning Botania from A to Z. When I say A to Z, what I'm meaning is we're going to touch upon everything from A to Z that is in the Botania book. We're not going to do everything though, but we want to give a really good series overview because a lot of you guys out there have really watched our Let's Learn Botania, and we only had a few episodes of it. And so I thought, you know what, we need to do a complete series. And so that's what this is all about.
Sounds good.
So let's get started with, if you're in a land world, then you'll be playing one way. If you're in a Skyblock world, you'll be playing another way.
Yep.
So either way, in my opinion, I think the first thing you should have is a flower pouch. In a Skyblock world, it's not, you can throw things in a chest nearby, which is easy to do. But in a land world, if you're out adventuring, it's an absolute must-have. I know. So that's the first thing that you want to do, because if you look, now, I should mention the versions too. We're in 110 version of Minecraft, and this Botania version would be the appropriate updated 110 version here. You might be playing 164 with Thaumcraft or something, and there is recipes that I will not be able to go over because they don't exist in this version. So you may have certain mods have certain Botania things added to them, and in Beyond there is no Thaumcraft. So let's go find a flower first.
Okay.
There we go. Botania blue flowers, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That there's 3 there, right? Okay. Over here there is purple ones. Okay.
Ooh,
so
purple.
if we just hit those and grab those, they are going to start filling up in our inventory, right? So if you could find a lot of them, there's a white one, you're going to fill up quick. So what you want to do is, if you're in a land world out adventuring, that is, bring yourself some wool and bring yourself a crafting station, because you want to put 4 pieces of wool on either side, 1 on the bottom, and then from your flower that you just got, make a petal by putting it in your single crafting grid or the crafting station, either one, and get yourself petals. It doesn't matter what color it is. So put your petal in the top center, and voila, you have your flower pouch. So now, when you hit, notice my flower is here.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit the flowers, now, oh look, it didn't go in my inventory. It went straight into my flower pouch.
That's
the flower pouch has all 16. They have zeros on them if I don't have the flower. If I have the flower, then you actually see the flower, and right now I have a 1 count, correct? And I have mystical white flower, I only have 1. So if I plant this, now pick it back up again, let's go ahead and pick this one up, then this one right here, and I should have, what, 4 of these? Let's look in the flower pouch. And look, I have 4 mystical purple flowers. Everything is all nice and tidy in the flower pouch. That's why I think it's a must if you're in a land world out adventuring.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the newer updated packs like this one is, where Botania flowers are sparse. I mean, very sparse, comparatively speaking, because you can find an enormous amount of flowers in like 164, I believe. It's been a while since I played 164. 172 has got quite a few of them. So it's really great. Now in a Skyblock world, it's a choice of, okay, because I'm making the flowers close up, I may or may not need a flower pouch. You're slow.
I am.
The other thing, I put all these flowers out here. Obviously, you're not going to find these in a world. These were actually placed here by me just to have a bunch of the flowers to show. All 16 colors are shown here. what I wanted to show also is that when you have bunches like this, because sometimes you can find them in clusters instead of sporadically 1, 2, 3 like the blue one was, it had separation. If you have something like a sickle, which this is only a wooden sickle, so it's not the greatest sickle, that's for sure, but it does in these big patches and areas here, and so you can. Then, unless this has been tweaked in a mod pack, you should be able to use a sickle and collect them all. I understand that some mod packs have tweaked this to where if you used a tool, they actually won't go into the pouch. I have not had that problem, but there we go. All in, and it didn't take very long. Let's look at the pouch, and look at there. I have 8. Oh, I have 9 of, because we got one white one over there.
Yep.
And then, of course, I have the 12 of the purple because we had 4 from getting them in the world over there. And so now we have all of the flowers. And so now all we have to do is grab it, the flowers out of our pouch when we need flowers. Very nice. Now, how do you get flowers if you're in a skyblock world?
That's a good question to ask. And the way to do that is floral fertilizer.
Floral fertilizer.
Floral fertilizer.
Fabulous.
So what you're going to need is after you built yourself a little bit of a mob farm, you're in a, we're not in a land world anymore. We're in a skyblock. We built a mob farm. We've been collecting bones from our skeleton friends, and we get some bone meal, or if there's a sieving process, however you can get bone meal, you're going to need some bone meal, and you're going to need to get some flowers, and whatever process that might be.
Because that varies depending upon where you're at.
Correct. That varies on packs. But you're going to need 2 red ones, so you can get the red dyes, and 2 dandelions for the yellow dyes. And that will get you the 4 dyes that you need, plus your bone meal, to make a floral fertilizer. And the floral fertilizer is how you get your flowers, because you just click it onto grass, and in the surrounding area, they grow.
And there you go. And so in a skyblock world, you would place down, obviously, your little grass patches, because you would need that.
Yes.
And depending, if you're playing the Garden of Glass, then you'll end up actually having roots that start you in your Botania.
Yes.
So there is variations here. So we wanted to just mention that there's the different variations.
Exactly.
You can also make it with a mortar and pestle, correct?
You can take your flower petals, and since I have 2, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but we're going to take all of these mystical lime ones, and we're going to get rid of those and turn those into 4 petals, and we're going to get ourselves a stick, a oak plank, and a bowl to make a pestle and mortar, and you're going to put your flowers with that, your flower petals with the pestle and mortar, and that's going to make floral lime powder, or whatever color petals you decide to use. And then you're going to take those and put them in the same little pattern with your bone meal, and that will make another floral fertilizer.
Because you might not have a lot of red and yellow flowers depending upon which pack you're playing, which version you're playing. So you can use both ways. You can use the vanilla Minecraft flowers, or you can use the flowers that you actually get from Botania, just picking out the flowers that you need for right away, which right away would mean one of the first flowers that you need is a pure daisy and a day bloom and maybe a nightshade. Those are the first flowers that you need. But before we get on to that, I wanted to show the Petal Apothecary.
Okay.
And let me just make a few different colors here of the petals, which you can put, as you can see, in the crafting bench, or you can put into the crafting grid, your little tiny crafting grid here. So you see I've got quite a few different petals here for quite a few different things that can be made. And looky there, you have the Petal Apothecary. And how do you make that?
To make the petal apothecary, you're going to need 2 cobblestone slabs, a petal, and 4 pieces of cobblestone in an upside down T.
Fabulous. Okay, so if you'll pull that on out and go ahead, I've got a little area set up here. If you'll put that right here in this little green patch. Now, if you don't want it to be plain like that, what do you do about that? Well, here's the solution. You can jazz it up a bit by throwing in okay, that was weird. It takes a moment, apparently. I reach up for the bucket, and there it is. But anyway, you throw in your vine, and now you have a little bit of color. So now it has a little bit of variation to it. It's not so plain. So you place your bucket of water in there, and you're ready to go. You're ready to make your first flower.
Cool.
So that'll do it for this episode. We will make the flowers and start us on our mana spreader and mana pool in the next episode.
Sounds good.
I'm Froggy Lumpy.
And I'm Phenix Animator.
Thanks ever so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day.
Hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below.
Bye!
See you all later.